Good morning. Good morning. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the show. Listen, I'm talking to the big bosses right now. I'm talking to CEOs, CFOs. I'm talking to the head company. Let me ask you a question. What impact are you leaving? How is your workers? Are they combined? Are they working together? We're going to talk about that today. And I got a special guest that's going to come on and let us know impact is key in business. So let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Alan. Where you at?
Hey, Charles, thanks. I'm here in Calgary, and I'm working with Stephen Clark, the RTG Group, or Receiving Through Giving. You probably know him very well, and also the Purpose Driven Travel Calgary location.
So before we go into all of that, let's get to know you a little bit better. Born and raised, where are you from?
I'm from Calgary. I spent all my career, my early career here in Calgary, and in 2000 or so, I went overseas and didn't come back till about 2019. So I worked a little bit in Russia, Kazakhstan, in the Middle East for 10 years. And oil prices brought me back to Calgary, not because they were great in 2019, but because they were low. So the last 5 years, I spent a lot of time working with startups, and that's how Stephen and I came. We connected a couple of years ago, and now I'm working full time with the Purpose Driven Travel RTG Group.
So here's the thing. You've traveled a lot, the lovely the places. Give us one aspect that if you noticed that just blew your mind when it comes to business and startups. What makes it so different?
You know, people people have systems and processes across they kind of take it from wherever they are, Canada, North America, Europe, and they plant them into the different countries. So, startups. I think startups would be different in every country, but big business seems to be they adopt to the local customs and norms and cultures, but basically their systems and processes are identical across the globe. And I don't mean it, I'm not generically, but you can pretty much take from whatever they're doing in Kazakhstan and bring it back to Canada and make some local adjustments. But so startups are unique because you get everything and anything on your desk, whether it's getting coffee in the morning, whether it's reaching out to a meeting with a CEO, or having to deal with some minor things. I think startups have everything on their plate on any given day.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't make a difference where you're around the world. Business is business. People want to make money, but they also want to have an impact with their employees to show that the company is the company to work with.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So we got another special guest coming on. So I'm going to bring her on right now. Let's go.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, Charles. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. I love the smile. Since this morning, you've been smiling. I can tell you in love what you do. You're just in loving the impact. So before we get started, again, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you. Where are you born and raised?
So I'm born in Mali, West Africa, and then moved to Canada for study. And from there, love it and stay here.
So I just asked Alan a simple question. Is like, tell us about the business. How's business different? When you came over, how you saw business? Is it faster? Is it slower from your country? What is about the business that just attracted you?
The thing in business that attracts me is the ability to help people in my line of business. Is it? I would say it's the same, but the approach is different. In my country, we don't go straight. We go by, have to take time to get to know people, like slowly, until building business is more based on relationship. And Canada is most based on, at the end of the day, what result can you give me?
Gotcha. So Alan, let me ask you this question. What's the choice about social impact? Why is it so important?
I don't believe so. No,
Go ahead, Omu. Go ahead.
You can
Omu,
go.
you go. Let's hear from Omu, and then I can come in, Charles.
I think your question is here, but from my point of view, social impact is about being able to bring something much better in the society than just the regular job, just get the paycheck and go home. Is to bring like changes in people's life, values, environment, whatever cause you believe in.
Charles, when I looked at the word social, I think it fits social impact. So the kind of the buzzwords today with social media and online and things, and Greta Thunberg. You sort of see there's movements that are happening, and so when I listened to the past podcast you had with Stephen, I think it fits. It's very fitting. Social impact is what's happening in the world and how can I change it? So my actions towards giving to charity or contributing to charity, this is actually a direct line with things that are happening in the globe, and not just some fictitious kind of what the bosses want. The employees actually have the opportunity to make an impact through their contributions, and I think the alignment with the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN, that helps, plus whatever else people are interested in their community versus the globe, because most people are more worried about what's going on their street than they are what's going on, say, in starving places across the globe. So I think this has that real chance to make an impact on a social level.
So here's the thing, though. I always think that companies think it's so hard to do social impact. Explain how really it's not that hard if they just really put their steps to it. How easy for companies to get started?
You know, I think that because it's online, people can log in and they can accept challenges they like. And there are a number of challenges, such as, you know, and I had discussion this morning with Svetlana Radnikova, the head of IWB, Immigrant Women in Business. People can go, they can mentor a new startup, and that could be a challenge that's set up, or they can go feed some children, part of the RTG group. That can be something they do. They can go to here in Calgary, we have the mustard seed, and that could be your contribution. You upload it, maybe with some video, maybe some narrative. You upload it, then you can go and share that with your colleagues. Look what I've done, which is the social side, but in a private network where people are, you know, it's not. As I understand, you can keep it very private, but it's online, so you can have it very local and also share it with your colleagues. And it's that camaraderie can create a little bit of a gamification, the one-upmanship, trying to outdo your colleagues, and in a fun manner, but also at the same time making an impact.
So there's two things that you said: a fun manner, the challenge. How important it is to get your employees. This is the part that I love. When I belong to a company and employees want to get involved, I don't care what challenge it is, you know, like toy drive or this, but when you get them involved, it's so much better for the company because they're working as a team. Talk about that part, the teamwork, how that brings up a company.
So there are the individual elements where you can do, individual impact, but then there's the team. You can gamify that with the team, your work versus someone else. So maybe you've got an office in Calgary, an office in Hamilton or Toronto, and you can gamify that through the social income. So that office can, there's points that are awarded. So each contribution as an individual goes towards your team. So I think that brings people closer. Particularly, the Toronto people might not be doing the same causes or impact. Their challenges might not be the same, but their point scores are added. That's real. So that gamification. I mean, they may choose the same. They may choose the same games. They may choose the same ways to make an impact. But at the end of the day, that team, it's the local team together with the goal. And then again, if you take the Canada versus the U.S., I mean, I think imagine if you're a big right, how much that's going to be. Or right now you got the World Cup rugby going on. I know, some, and the smaller teams like Ireland, Scotland. If I was a team, I'd say, all right, let's do an Ireland versus Scotland or South Africa or Australia. If I've had a global conglomerate, so I think you can gamify it in any way you choose.
Let me ask Umas, how is it fighting it, like when working as a team? How do you find it singly compared to working as a team? You can bounce ideas off of each other and work together, come up with new ideas. Talk about that for you.
Am I on mute?
No, you go ahead.
Oh, okay, perfect. So, just making sure. But yes, I mean, they have the benefit. We say many mind, many ideas that comes out of it. And then a team, like, they say, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go like a long way in French, just go with the team. So that for me is a team things.
All right. So here's the thing, though. One thing that I don't think big corporations understand, that the impact score it has on their company, right? How it can put them to a different level. How when they do certain things like this on social media, it brings their level of company to another level when other companies are looking to work with them. Can we talk about how the social impact can, boost their score a little bit?
Uma, do you want to cover that, or do you?
I will let you answer that one, Alan. Okay. But I do have a question for you.
I mean, I think ESG. So I think there's a lot of disconnect, and I've had this. I think it would bring a lot of divergent departments together. Meaning, people that are just worried about carbon credit scores, or that they buy sustainably. If you take a retail chain, I think it would bring them together. That, well, what about if I want to fight hunger? What if I want to feed children? What if I want to spend a day with the homeless? What if I want to, whatever that, if I want to go to a recycling yard or sit down at the food bank for a day? Those things, then, all right, I would believe, and I think that's, if you align it together with the ESG or the sustainability goals of a company, I think you're going to get better alignment, and I think those scores would rise. I think a lot of people do things, and I don't know from firsthand experience, but I think a lot of them do it because they check the box. This does a little more than checking the box, because they check the box on the score, but then it can roll up into their, if it's ESG or other sustainability and impact scores. So I think, again, I think it's going to take a bottom up plus a top down together, Charles. I don't think it's one thing is going to bring it together, but if you get alignment with the HR and the strategy folks and the operation folks and the regional heads, I think you're going to find their ESG scores will rise.
Okay. And I know you said you wanted to say something there as well. You want to add to that?
Yes, I do have a question. So, for Millennium example, why choose the social impact challenge? I know you answer, but I just want to, because there's many people who are asking, so why should I care about social impact instead of like getting money?
Hey, Alan, that's a great question. Everybody's always talking about, benefits for me, benefits they want what. Explain how the benefits work out then.
Well, I think there are opportunities for rewards, and I think this is what Stephen Clark and the team have built in, is the rewards that can come through, and I'll let at some point Stephen can clarify how that's going to work, but the partnerships with bigger companies, and I know if you go to the website, you'll see Carnival Cruise Lines there, getting rewards for some of the volunteers and people using the app, and I think that would contribute. I'm not going to speak as an expert, but I believe your contribution on your social impact scores locally will help contribute towards the credit you might get on the rewards app. And I'm speaking off a little bit because I don't have direct familiarity with all the moving parts, but I think that would go hand in hand. So the individual is contributing, they're getting scores internally, but then there are rewards built into the app that will come, and it might be volunteer hour, it might be number of hours you contribute, and that would then either get discounts or travel or other aspects that would benefit the individual.
Well, I'm going to step into that as well, because that was the one thing about this program that when Steve and I first talked about it, I loved about it, because some programs you give, you don't get nothing in return. Well, that's you do get something in return. You do give, you get something back, and that's what everybody wants in this world. It's not like it used to be where when you gave and you're just happy with giving. There's a give and take, and there's different things. So nowadays, you're going to get something back, not only just for the company, for yourself. There is benefits of working with this program and working with this company. There's benefits all around. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to give you guys a final word and why join when we get right back to it. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Immigrant Women in Business, IWB, is a non-profit organization bringing together women from over 50 different countries around the globe. These women have now made Canada their home and share a common goal of providing value to their new sisters. Our motto of "We are stronger together" resonates with all members, and with a diverse membership of business leaders, entrepreneurs and community builders, our goal is to make Canada better and provide guidance and leadership to those that follow.
Yes, we are back live, and I'm just going through all the comments, and we have a lot of comments and things, but one person, I'll pop that on the screen right there, says, I love travel. How can I get engaged? They love to work with you guys. What's the first thing? How can everybody get engaged?
Well, I would suggest, and so it's Embrace, is that the person's name? I would suggest go to your HR and people, and first, and ask for two things. I would say, first, learn, see what you can, research, go to the website, rtgsocialimpact.com, go to the website, see what you can get from that, because that'll just kind of tell you the introduction. And then I would share it with colleagues and share it with even your HR representative or someone, your manager, and say, this would be great to get involved with as a company. If you're a small company, we can arrange to bring smaller companies together so that there's a less of a financial impact, but bringing it together. And I'll just tell you, in terms of some of the work that IWB, as the ad came through, they're working on government grants to get some of this funded for smaller organizations. So I think that there's a less of a burden. So getting people talking about it, I think that's it. And if she loves to travel, there is the volunteer aspect of the app. And Charles, you mentioned it. One of those things that's built in is volunteers get paid through the incentives, and money goes to their charity and towards their contribution towards travel. So they earn points towards travel, much like an Air Miles, or the points you use from using your credit card. This would be very similar. The more you contribute to social impact, the more rewards you get.
Yeah, and unlike, doing anything else, you're actually helping other people. That's the number one thing I want to get back to. You are helping people around the world on different things. I remember when I first talked to Steve, and we're talking about, like lunch boxes and feeding people and doing different things. Yeah. You don't think about it. A simple act of kindness through your work, you're actually helping people out. So if you want to get started, if you want to get in it, let's go. Here's right there. Go ahead.
It is, yeah.
Write it down.
rtgsocialimpactchallenge.com. You can also hit me up with an email, alan@pdt-calgary.com. And hit an email up, Stephen Clark as well. Like, it's getting information out there and changing the way. And you're right, Charles. If you are contributing to the Social Impact Challenge, you're also helping towards feeding children, which is the ultimate goal of RTG, or receiving through giving.
It's a win-win. That's me and Steven said. It's a win-win. You can't be bothered either way. It's a win-win. Everybody, remember that in your head. It's a win-win. You're helping out, you get stuff back, and you feel better. Right. It's a win-win. There's no losses on here. Either way you do it, companies benefit from it. You benefit from it. Social impact, everybody's winning from it. I love it. So, hey, before we go, I'm going to give both you guys the last word. Tell everybody why they should join in a heartbeat. Boom. Go ahead.
You first. Ladies first.
You make the difference. You make the difference. Be the change maker.
Oh, I love that. Be the difference. Be the change maker. There you go. Stop. Something? I'm going to reel that one back in again, because I'm going to slow that one down. Stop complaining. Stop saying, oh, they don't do this and people don't do this. Hey, she just said it. Be the change. Be the change maker. You start. You always say, oh, my company doesn't do this and we don't do this in our company. Well, hey, we're telling you what to do. Like Alan said, go to your HR and say, hey, I found this out. Can we try it? Love that one. All right, Alan.
Now, your caller, her last name was Embrace, or first name was Embrace. Was that, if I'm right? Go and embrace this. Embrace the challenge and make it your own. Because if you make it your own, I think, others will help to embrace around you and make it, I think it'll only be infectious. It does take time. It takes time and takes change, but embrace it, and I believe it will get the results.
That's all it is. Embrace it. Take the challenge. Hey, I'm not going to talk to you about it anymore. I'm just going to do this. What are you waiting for? There it is. Go ahead.
Click on.
There you go.
It's over here.
Yeah.
No, it's over there. Wait,
it's one of these. It's right there. Don't waste no time. Get on it. Well, I thank both of you for coming on. This has been a great show and great information. So listen, everybody, catch the replay. We'll send this out again. Tell a friend to watch it on the replay. If you need more information, the website is there. Like I always said, you didn't have to watch, but I'm so glad that you did. But here's a question. What are you going to make the impact on? What are you going to do? How are you going to challenge it? It's up to you. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Charles. Thanks, Omu.
Bye.
Has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.